Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose, episode 96, season 3.
Hmm.
I don't know how we know what seasons it is. I just started saying it's season 3 since I took a break.
You made that up. That's cute. Well, I mean, I guess that's gonna be a new calendar year then.
Right,
Usually,
I
June
guess
should
when
be your
they,
anniversary date or the top of the year. But okay,
I said since I was off for them 2 months, I guess coming back, this is season 3. So I was like,
okay,
let me.
okay. I like it.
So, so episode 96, season 3, starting over slash relocating. So on this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, raggedy, and wonderful. So how was everybody's weekend? How was your weekend, madam?
I didn't do anything over the weekend. I just did some cleaning and stuff. So I guess it was relaxing.
Yeah, that's always good. I wish I could say the same. So
What's
um
yours?
it was fine. I watched that movie Boaz and Ruth, and that was excellent. I was happy. I didn't even know that movie was out until Michelle actually put it up. I
Hmm.
didn't even know because I don't watch TV that much, and even though I have Netflix, I barely watch that either. So
Right.
I would have never have known. But I'm so happy she put that up because that movie was good. So that's one thing I did. I went to go get my eyebrows retouched.
Okay.
Yes, I'm show. Let me show y'all because I did put the video up there. I
Nice.
was like, yeah, me getting my retouch. It's kind of painful. And me, I think I have a high tolerance because I never get fully numb like everybody else
Mm.
until the very end. Like they be having like 15 minutes left. And that's when I really can't feel nothing. But everybody else, once they scrape off that first layer and put it on and then take it off, a lot of people don't feel nothing after that. But me, I don't know what it is. I just have a high pain tolerance because my eyes just be.
Mine hurt the second time. That's why I won't go get them touched up because when I went the second time, it was like I just could feel it still. It wouldn't stop hurting for me. So it kind of traumatized me.
Well,
But I
see,
want to,
exactly what I just said. But
yeah,
it ain't a hurting like it. It's
it's a pinch.
very. Yeah, but she kept putting it on. After she do it, she just would keep putting it on. But I still could feel it all the way until the end. I swear it was like 15 minutes left, and then I couldn't feel it no more. So
Oh, they look nice.
I know, thank you. So I have to go. It was like past a little bit past 18 months, and my skin don't take ink real good. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about my skin. All my tattoos and everything fade off, like they fade away. It was only one tattoo that I have on my back that's still real good, and I got it done in Upland Empire Tattoo or something. I don't
Mm.
know what kind of ink that man used. That's the only tattoo that stays on. But like my eyebrows, they just and everything they fade away. So I don't be wanting to pay that real high price. So I make sure I go back after them 18 months. Like, shoot, I don't want to pay all that. And
Right.
then I went to visit my mom. Some of you guys know, some of y'all don't. She's in a nursing home because she's been really weak and falling. So keep her in your prayers. She's starting to do a little bit better. And one thing I will say about, maybe I shouldn't even just say it, but
The
maybe
facility.
no, not even a facility, about insurance in general. And she has United Healthcare, so you guys probably already know where I'm going with it. But they were going to discharge her on Saturday. They called me yesterday and said her last day of care would be Friday, so that means she would be discharged on Saturday. And my mama still really couldn't even walk.
Isn't that the same one?
Yes, yes,
So they didn't learn
yes, yes. That's what I said.
that.
I ain't even gonna say what I'm gonna say, and y'all know what happened with the United Care CEO last year.
They just don't learn.
They
They're
don't learn.
hard to work with.
When they called me and said, "Okay, on Friday will be your mom's last day of care," and I was like, "How?" And she still can't barely walk.
They damn
Well,
near make you go week to week sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes a month. Very
yeah,
short window.
so she was there for 3 weeks. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks, and I'm like, how do y'all just discharge somebody and they still need care? Well, that's all the insurance is willing to pay, but you can appeal it. So I did the appealing process with Medicare. You have to do it with Medicare. And they said they'll get back to me within 72 hours. I said, well, if you get back to me within 72 hours, she might be discharged already. And they were like, oh, well, it might be 24 hours, but at the most it'll be 72 hours. We have to let a doctor look over the documentation and everything. So today, while I was at work, they called me and said that the appeal was approved. So I was happy. I'm
They
like,
usually
dang.
appeal the approves that approve the appeal. That's why I don't understand why they make people go through all of that. What's the point?
I think they want people to do it. If you don't do it, they just gonna send you on home. But if you do the appeals, then they approve it. So they was like, okay, your mom's appeal is approved. And I was like, well, how much longer does she have? Well, we don't know. Just you have to wait to see when she gets another letter saying that her last day of care. I'm like,
But aren't the doctors there? Remember, I ran into this. Aren't the doctors there supposed to be the ones to be updating the insurance and say what their recommendation is and all of that? It's almost like you become the
I
doctor.
don't see, I
Remember, I
don't know.
called you so much. Like, what do this mean? What do that mean? How do I do this?
I don't know the backside, like the billing side of it. I don't know that because I would think that too. Because when I did the appeal, they said we have to let a doctor look at it. A doctor has to look at the documentation for us to approve it or deny it. And they said after the doctor looked over the documentation, it was determined that she still needed care. And I'm like, anybody that read the documentation, I mean, you don't even, but
But
that
why
was good.
don't they do it there at the facility?
Right.
Why do we become the
It
damn?
seems like they should have to send that to Medicare. You have to chart on Medicare patients once a day. You at least have to chart on them once a day. I remember when I was doing skilled nursing, one of our DONs made us chart on Medicare patients three every shift. We would have to chart on them every shift. But most places, you just have to chart on a Medicare patient at least one a day, one time a day, and then whatever services, PT and OT, they also have to chart on them too. So I don't know why they don't send that stuff in. But like I said, that's what I did this weekend. So keep my mom in your guys' prayers that she gets her strength up so she can keep on moving around.
For sure.
Tattoos are the best. Yeah, Juanita, you would know because you have a lot. But me, I don't.
I
I
bleed
probably
too.
would. I probably would have more tattoos if they didn't hurt. This you could get numb. Regular tattoos, you can't
Peachy
get
numbs
numb.
you. When you get your tattoo, Peachy numbs you. The big one on my back, she numb me. This one, she numb me. She can numb you after she does the outline, and it works.
Yeah, they said when you get tattoos numb that they don't come out good. Is
You see
that true?
mine are really good. You see all Peachy's work. She uses the numbing stuff.
Yeah, I'm scared though. I'm just scared. I'm scared with me. I'm gonna still feel it. I'm so scared. Hey, Sophia. Hi, Tia. Hi, ladies.
Oh,
Okay, so that was my weekend. So it is already October. Like, can you guys believe that it is October already? It's like for real, this year flew by. It seemed like it was just January and they was having the fires in Pasadena. Like, and that was October. This year went by so fast. I was just like, okay, I have to really do something because these years are going by fast. It's like you could be in school and almost and be finished in a blink of an eye because it's going by so fast.
that's why I
Can y'all?
decided to go back to school. I was like, go
It's
back.
going by so fast. I'm like, oh my gosh, like so happy October to everybody. It's Libra season. Happy birthday to all the Libras out there. I don't know who else is this month, but I know it is Libra season. So happy birthday to all my Libras, my cousin Renita, my niece Sanaya, my friend Portia. I can't think, and if I forgot you guys, I just thinking off the top of my head, but that I know is Libras. You know any Libras?
Portia.
Yeah, I said Portia. Yeah, I said Portia. So that's it. So happy birthday to all the Libras out there. It's your season right now, so live it up. It is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This month is to educate everybody about breast cancer and the importance of early detection. So, all my ladies out there, you know what you need to do for breast cancer. You need to be feeling after you have your menstrual cycle,
Oh,
feeling for any lumps and everything. And you're supposed to do it around the same time each month. If you feel anything, you need to go straight to the doctor. You need to go to your primary care doctor to get an evaluation and get that checked out, because early detection, the earlier the better. Now, I have heard some really bad stories of people that did go and get early detection, and they were told that the lumps and stuff were not cancerous, and then they go back a year or two later and they stage 4. So like I said, early detection most of the time is the best. Let me see. And I took my glasses off. What do y'all know? Anybody know in the comments what kind of lens you need where they can't see the ring in your? I hate that in your glasses. So here I am trying to look, and I barely can't even see. Shoot. Hey boo. And Walmart is full of Christmas. Yes, Walmart is full of Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving. And it's been like that. Halloween stuff was put up in August. And I think in September they just start putting up Thanksgiving and Christmas. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Keep her in your prayers. Okay, so we'll go on to the hot topics. I wasn't even going to talk about this at first because I almost feel like I'm too old to talk about this situation, but it's so much going on, and I feel like people's mental health is on the line. I'm going to talk about it. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
that's exactly what I just did. I did mine on mental health and Nicki Minaj.
Oh, okay. See, at first, I swear to God, I was not.
I wasn't either.
And I was like, because first of all, I'm not a Barb, and I don't know what Cardi B's fans are called.
Me either.
I'm not one of them either. But it's like
This is a bigger picture.
Yeah, it is a bigger picture. And I feel like, how can I explain this? I feel like Nicki Minaj is miserable, like they've been saying, but I feel like she has mental health issues. I did not know that she was SA'd as a child. I didn't know that, and that her dad was on drugs and her mama just turned her head to it. So when I just found that out a couple of days ago, just reading comments and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I never knew that. So it made me realize why she could be the kind of person she is and in a dark space. Because it seems like she's very miserable and she has a dark ass spirit. Like it really does look like that. And it seemed like she never want nobody to be happy or nothing, because I'm like, dang, what did Cardi B do to her? I know they've been feuding forever, but it's like somebody put up an old video of her saying like Cardi B didn't respect her when she came out, and if somebody would have wanted her to, if somebody that was over her that would have came to her when she first came out and wanted them to be on her album, she would have been appreciative, and Cardi B wasn't. But it's like, okay,
it's disrespectful to Little Kim as hell.
Exactly.
I played a clip of Little Kim. She's
Exactly.
lying.
Exactly. And when she said that, I was like, but wasn't she disrespectful to Little Kim? Like, I could not even believe that. I was like, come on now.
Little
Like,
Kim,
girl.
Foxy Brown, Missy, Trina. She was disrespectful to everybody.
No, the only person she wasn't was to Trina. She always gives Trina. She always gives Trina her props, always off back. But everybody else,
but just think, is she's not as big as the other ones.
Yeah, but she said Trina always was nice to her and did X, Y, and Z and everything. But I would just say, like, if you go through something, and Charlamagne said it best today, because he gave her donkey of the day, because she just on a rampage. She's on a rampage, and he was like, trauma is not your fault, but healing is your responsibility. And he could have just dropped the mic on that. Like trauma is not your fault, but healing is your responsibility. You can't still blame all this stuff on your parents and everything. It's not your fault for what you went through, but it is your
It's your fault for
responsibility
everything
to
you're doing.
heal. You gotta heal. You cannot go through life being a miserable ass person.
And it's not
You
even
mad.
miserable. Be miserable on your own. You're mean to other people and demonic, tagging Trump, telling brands they got 3 days to respond or leave Cardi alone, attacking people, saying very bad. Girl.
I was like, girl, I'm like,
And then
she
praying
just
to God.
she don't want nobody else to be happy, or she don't want nobody to beat her. Then Nicki Minaj barbs, oh, it's because Cardi said that she was going to outsell her and do all that. It don't matter. Like it really don't matter. It's just like, come on.
But she didn't
You
say
start,
that.
yeah, just when you start talking about people, kids and stuff like that, all bets are off. Like Cardi said, when I see you, like it's on. And I don't blame Cardi. I do not blame her one bit. It's because you being really ridiculous. I don't know the argument well, didn't hear it, but they were talking about each other's kids. Nicki said something about Cardi B kids first, but it didn't start there. It was just Nicki Minaj going on like just talking about Cardi B, X, Y, and Z, and Cardi B was going back and
Dead
forth.
people.
Exactly. And it's like, if I was Cardi B, and I always say this, when you would talk about Cardi B, I'll be like, Cardi B needs to quit reading comments because Cardi B is good for reading comments and then going off the edge too. But Nicki Minaj is a very mean spirited person. And it's like everything that Little Kim said then came to light. Like, girl, it's like you're having manic episodes and you probably are on some powder or something. Like this somebody needs to take her phone. Her husband, where is your team? Where is to tell you, Nikki, come on, don't do this. You're destroying your brand, your legacy. You've been in the game
And you're
too
better
long.
than this.
Ain't nobody even having nobody since she came out been above her. So why do you care about somebody else? Cardi B ain't even above you. Soon as you get a little bit of competition, you're mad. But it's like
But Ro, what difference does it make if somebody is above her? Who does
it
she think
don't. It don't.
if that triggered you to go this far off, then you prove what Cardi said. I've noticed you don't like it when other people are happy. Drop the mic. It's
Yeah.
true. Meg, Glorilla, her, um, everybody, but all of them have worked together.
Yep.
And each one of them has like pulled each other up or whatever. We don't see her even in her comments responding to people saying thank you or nicely. The most person she responds to is Armand when he being nasty because she knows that will ignite him to keep going. Other than that,
And Armand is sitting up there being a barb.
he
So
biased.
it's
Yeah, he biased. You don't care about Nikki either because why aren't you saying I'm one of your biggest fans? Like, why aren't you saying something either?
that's what I'm saying. It's like she don't got no real people in her corner because somebody should tell her, like, Nikki, stop. Like, stop. And if I was if I was somebody on Cardi's team, I would have told her, don't go back and forth with her. Like, this
Well,
is your album, huh?
she stopped. Did you see hers?
Did she stop?
Uh, Let me see. Keep going. I got the screenshot.
I'm like, when did she stop? Because I see it when Self Care Lab Coach
I
Nita
posted
said,
it yesterday.
no, she said something else today. She said healing when Coach Nita said healing is an option. It ain't for everybody. She said something today because Nicki Minaj went back and was talking about how she was saying her son can't talk when she didn't ever even say that and read. And so today she went back and
She said he's nonverbal.
huh?
Nick Cardi said he's nonverbal.
Yeah, after she said that stuff about her kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like all bets are off. She still, but I would have never just went back and forth with her at all. So, Coach Nita said healing is an option. It ain't for everybody. Okay, so
Why it's not for everybody?
yeah, what would you think that she should do then? Just keep on doing it? What should she do, Coach
I
Nita?
texted to you, Ro.
What do you think that she should do if it's not an option for everyone?
Because here's my thing. So Coach Nita, even if you don't heal, okay, that's internal, right? But shouldn't you at least not, the hurt people thing? Shouldn't you
Mhm.
at least try not to pass it on or want to ruin your brand? What if this literally takes her whole brand out? Because while you calling the president to come into this mess, what if he come in and do something to you? Like, you doing too much, and you praying to God for bad things to happen, and you writing this and putting it out there for your barbs to see. You already have to have Meg get extra security for her mom's grave. Like, we've seen her do some evil stuff. Okay, you don't want to heal. You could just move forward. But why do you get to do all of this stuff to people and think you're an okay person?
And she the only one that think that. I would say best. Sophia said Cardi's gonna put hands on Nikki on site. Yeah,
I
and,
believe her.
and just think she gotta wait until she have her baby. I was like, I'll be sending somebody that don't have nothing to lose to touch Nikki. It would just be nothing else to say. I wouldn't do it, but I'll have somebody that don't have nothing to lose to.
Right.
That's out there. Oh, this is the one that I seen yesterday, but I think she said something else today after she did that. I
I don't
think
have
she
notes,
did.
so I can tell you.
Good evening, Nikki.
Good evening.
Okay, so like Charlamagne said, even when she went off on the Breakfast Club, he was like, "This is low vibrational," because she went off on the Breakfast Club and everything. He was like, "This is low vibrational nigga s," and it really is.
Y'all, she tagged Trump in the response to the Breakfast Club saying, cut them off.
Charlamagne and today just the mess went in on her. I was gonna put that, but let's just get off of them. People
Okay,
that are low vibrational like this, get help. Coach Lee, I was still waiting on you to tell what is the other option if
if
healing
it,
ain't for everybody or therapy ain't for everybody. What else? Oh, here she go. I'm like, what else? Everybody, meaning it's optional. Sometimes trauma is a shield because dealing with it causes one to face the reality and be responsible. Trauma residue is real.
oh,
Okay. Well, she needs to do something.
and what
They need to take her phone away. Somebody
the
needs to take her.
other part is, again, if people don't want to heal, why don't they at least not want to hurt other people? If it's made them so much that they don't even want to face stuff, why do they want to cause stuff to other people for them to potentially feel just as bad?
I don't get it. She needs something. She needs
Okay,
something.
agreed.
So we'll hopefully Nicki Minaj get some help. Like she really needs help.
Prayers for Nikki.
And Cardi just needs to stop responding to her. Like just because you're not gonna never win with nothing like that. Like just leave it
Not
alone.
a
And
normal fight.
when you see her, see her. Like when you seen her at the Met Gala, she was behind them people. So she really don't want no smoke, to be honest. I got into it with people on Instagram today because JT jumping into it. It's like JT, you are a lapdog because you're just being little Barb too. And people was trying to come for me. I was like, y'all little JT and Nicki fans need to go find something safe to do because I'm not the one or the two.
Tell a
So
friend.
moving on, like moving on. As we know, the government did shut down yesterday, and a lot of people are confused to why it was shut down because the megas are going to say that it was the Democrats' fault. The Democrats are going to say it's the Republicans' fault. And basically, the reason why the government was shut down because the Democrats did not sign off on a bill that they would have, the bill that they would have signed off on, it would have basically stopped the insurance and the healthcare that we had now, and it would have went sky high. So, say if somebody's insurance now, just say it was $5,000 or whatever, it could have went up to $15,000 to $20,000. So that's what it was. They did not sign off on a bill, sign off on a budget bill that will cause us to lose.
Basically,
Um,
Obamacare.
Yeah, they trying to keep Obamacare, even though Obamacare was a lot too. Obamacare
Oh,
was a
really?
lot, and then they were trying to say that Republicans was trying to say that the Democrats was trying to get health care for the illegal immigrants, and the Republicans said that's false. And anybody can look that up. No undocumented person can have health care. They're not trying to lower anything or anything. They're just trying to keep it the same so people will not have to pay more. That's what they're trying to do. So that's why the government is shut down. The only people that are not winning at this time are the people that work for the government. And it's over 750,000 people that work for the government. And the people that have to work, the essential workers, TSA and stuff like that, they do not get paid. They do not get paid. And so the last time we had a government,
work, they're not getting paid.
Yeah, they don't get paid. It's unpaid, and they are expected to go to work still, and they don't get paid. They said some people can file for unemployment, and unemployment ain't nothing, or but they don't get paid. And so they said it's some kind of paperwork they can have, like people that have mortgages and just bills they got to pay to send that to their creditors. But what does that mean? And the last time they had a government shutdown was during Trump's last term.
And it lasted for almost 60 days.
Yes. And it was a video, I could not find it, that Trump did before he was a president. It was saying if they ever had a government shutdown, that they need to blame the president. I was like, do he not remember the things that he says?
Well, shut up. Oh.
Girl, he said that. I was like,
he meant the other president. He meant the president of the PTA.
I'm like, he is out of control. Like, how do you not remember the stuff that you say? So,
because he never stops talking.
Yeah, he's off the chain. So, just praying for our government workers and essential workers that they don't have to go through this too long, because that's a lot in the day and time that we live in to be working without pay. That's a lot. So they was already saying, like with TSA, like people be patient with them. They're working, come to work for free. And people was like, they already be assholes. Like, so I said, just imagine it now. Them having to work.
I'm glad I'm not traveling right now, because they are.
And then they telling them too, like, why y'all still going to work then? And then you have to think about it. I'm in this day and time and this time and again. Why would you quit your jobs? Jobs are hard to come by now.
And some of them are sworn into their positions, so they can't quit, or you'll go kind of like an AWOL thing. That's why people from the service typically transition really quickly to those roles.
So we'll see how this goes, but the government shutdown was for the good for us. It actually was for the good for us, for our health care. So we'll go on to our next last
question though. If you know the answer. A government shutdown how is that helping though?
Well, it's helping because if both sides don't agree on something, they have to shut down. They have a deadline. So the deadline for them to pass that, to sign off on that bill, was the end of last month in September. So if they don't agree on something, that's what causes the government shutdowns.
Why don't they just shut down? Why does the workers have to shut down?
I don't know that answer.
Okay. Is that like to put pressure?
I think so, to put pressure.
It probably gamble with my paycheck to paycheck lifestyle to put pressure.
It probably is. But the people that's up there that's voting for everything, they probably straight. It's the regular workers it's the regular workers that's going to have to suffer. Okay, so this was my next hot topic, and this really made me mad. It was a teacher that this color teacher was singing happy birthday to this little black boy. And tell me in the comments how y'all would feel about it.
Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey. Hi, Legend. Did you have a birthday last week?
Yes.
And how old are you now?
6.
You're 6? You're sure you're not 60?
I'm 6.
You're 6. Can we sing happy birthday to you? All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Legend. Happy birthday to you. Would you like the funny song now that I sing to you? Okay, it goes like this. Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like like a monkey, and you smell like one, two. Woo! Give a clap, everybody.
Let me know in the comments, how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like that was appropriate for a teacher to sing to a 6-year-old black little boy? Let me know, yes or no. Let me know your comments in the comments. How do you feel about that, madam?
I am so angry.
You didn't see that this past couple of days? You haven't seen that?
Did you see the other black little boy in the back?
I didn't even pay attention to nobody else because I was so mad.
This. That song shouldn't even be allowed in the school, because I understand, what she's going to say is, well, I sing it to all the students. Well, you only have 2 little black boys in here. And if you have one, or if you shouldn't be singing it at all, period, whatsoever. In my personal opinion, I don't care. Well, she's really nice. I think she needs to be suspended. That is, and then how did you record that and have people, you posted that shit too. Nobody is that damn stupid anymore. You're just not. You're just not. I think she should be suspended, unpaid.
Now, when I seen it, it pissed me off all the way to the highest level. First of all, I think because I have a black little son, and you telling him that he looked like a monkey and smelled like one too, I'm gonna be right up at that school to show y'all what a zoo animal act like.
That is a real song that you
I know it is, but that's still
because I think you're going to justify it, and I don't want nobody putting that in the comments. Please, if you come and watch this video, do not try to justify that shit by putting that in the comments.
Saying what?
Always sing it. You should never fucking sing it. That's the point. It doesn't sing it between you and your friends behind closed doors, but not with somebody else. Sing that to your child. Don't sing that shit to my kid. And it doesn't belong at school at all, period, whatsoever.
When I seen it the other day, I had showed it to my coworker. Now she's the other race too. And then she was like, well, I seen that to my grandkids. And I said, but do you? And yeah, I said, but do you feel like somebody of your race should be singing that to somebody else, my race? And I said, because that's highly offensive. I was like, they already call us monkeys and stuff. And then she was like, well, I see what you're saying. She was like, but I don't think she had any ill will behind it. I said, it don't matter. It don't matter. I don't feel like she should lose her job. I don't feel like she should lose her job, but I do feel like she should have some kind of training, and I do feel like she should be suspended, because it ain't no way in this world you could tell me that you felt like that was okay. I don't feel like she, and if I was a mom,
coworker, right?
Huh?
You said coworker, right?
Uh-huh.
And you work in a place of education, right? Before I knew that your coworker said that, what did I say?
Yeah.
In the comments, if you're going to say some shit like this, please don't say it. They get on my goddamn nerves pretending like they don't know something. You know exactly what you're doing. And certain things do not belong certain places. And for her to tell you that, I'd be paying attention to her with every black and brown child that come in there around her. Because what? Girl.
No, with her, actually, I don't feel like that, because I've seen her and I worked with her for over a year. But I think sometimes they just feel like they say it. But I was like, but to a black child. When I explained to her how I felt, and she was like, oh, no, I get it. She was like, but I was just saying at first. And then I was like, and then the mama went up there because they was not answering her emails. The little boy said it hurt his feelings. The mama sent her the video.
Did he look excited to you? That's why I said
no. When I first seen it, I said that he looked like he was uncomfortable. The mama sent it. The teacher sent it to the mom. The mom emailed the school. The email said it's an ongoing investigation. They can't tell her nothing. She went up there. They was like, they can't tell her nothing. If I was that mom, my little son would be up out of that school. If y'all can't do nothing about it, I don't want the lady to lose her job, but it needs to be some kind of.
So that's why I said suspended without pay.
Let me see. Alondra said she may not have had ill will, but she shouldn't have done that. Exactly. Nikki said, nah, she meant it. And that's how
do you not have ill will, though, Alondra? Everybody knows that this is not a good thing. Everybody knows that by now. With social media posting it every 5 days, people getting canceled in several spaces, right? Not just hip hop. You know,
Um,
stop saying you don't. I mean, you had ill will.
Alondra said she pissed me off though. She pissed me off. Nikki said fight.
I'm with you, Nikki. We fight.
Fight. That's what I said. I'm gonna show you what a zoo animal acts like. I'm about to show you when I come up here. I'm about to
Mm-hmm.
show you what all the zoo
And you
animals act like.
apologizing to my child, and
Yes.
you gonna re-sing this
Oh
shit
yeah, and that's what
tell
the
her
mama
by
said too.
yourself.
She wanted an apology, and they
Period.
not making the
In
teacher
front
do
of the
none of
class.
that. Suspended Montel. Nah, she needs to be fired. Oh, Nikki.
I think so too, Nikki. I'm trying to show a little bit of grace, but I'm like, fire her
I
ass.
don't think she needs to be fired. I don't. But everybody else is entitled to their opinion. I feel like she don't need to be fired, but she needs to be suspended without pay, and she needs to apologize to that
And
child.
she was going to
And
final,
they need
Nikki.
to, huh?
A final. So if she do anything else,
Yeah, that's offensive. Piss me off, and she should never be able to hold another position with children. I'm sorry.
because how do you not learn this shit in school? Bro, we're
Yeah.
taught a lot of things. And if you're going to be a teacher, how are you not taught with emotional intelligence, how the brain works, cultural, diversity, equity, and inclusion? None of that teaches you that. That's a lie. That's like me not knowing if somebody come in with a head wrap on that I'm the first thing I should think is, oh, they're probably Muslim, they're probably this, and keep moving forward. Not say, oh, can you take that hat off your head? So I get to get excused. No, I will be held accountable and I should be. If you go in a field, there's certain things you're supposed to know. That's not cool. We got
It
to
is
know
not
him,
fair. I'm
her,
telling you,
they,
I was
it.
so mad. I was so mad. Alondra said it's called cultural sensitivity. They don't get trained on that. We all know black people
They
were called.
do.
She said we all know black people were called monkey, and that's what I was telling my coworker. Like that's what they call people. I got into it with another person this weekend on Facebook because I was like, she was like, I don't think she meant it. Whatever. I said, should no white person be calling nobody no monkey? And she was like the same thing. Well, I sing it all the time. And she was like, but let's be real. We all know who look like a monkey. And at first I thought she was talking about us. And she put the girl, because I was ready to go off. I was like, let me get off. Then she put a picture up and it was how our lips are and then the white people lips. And it showed like the white people lips is more like a monkey lips and ours is.
Okay,
So
okay, stop.
that's what she was saying. Like
That's what she showed.
we all know who look like a monkey. I said, girl, it don't matter that you showing me that picture. It's unacceptable. I don't care.
And Alondra, they are so the way that at a surface level, when you work with kids, what they teach you is that we are supposed to on our own go and take a look at like each religion and take a look at the top things that are important to recognize right away, like the turban, the right, those things. Then they teach you to go and research the common slurs because a word to me might be okay, but it might not be okay with this person. So we are told specific things to do these days, but they don't like list them in the book because they're derogatory. But they tell you go look up what the derogatory terms are and do not use those with this group. If you can't tell if it's a man or a woman, just call them by their name. They teach you these things so that these things don't happen. But I'm tired of when it comes to us, we got to give so many passes. But how many, even in our group, be very, very honest. Do we use the slurs that are used for other races? And we know what they are. Not for Asian, not for white, not for Mexican. We don't use those slurs, even if we mad. So how come it's okay for everybody else to do whatever they want, where ours is at the forefront in history books, in commentary, in movies, but they could forget? How you don't know? That's a lie. I don't
Yeah.
believe that.
Nikki said Malcolm X said it best. Only a fool will let the enemy educate you. Think about that. She said, sis, she can't apologize. Wait, sis, she can't apologize with my fists in her mouth. She'll be she they be making me violent, yes. Damn CD folks. My new CD, Colonizer the Sentence. They came from K folks. We all know this. So that's what so we'll see what happens to this lady. I'm gonna really try to keep up with that to see if she's gonna have to apologize, what's gonna happen after this, and see what happened, because as of now, she haven't had to apologize or nothing. It's an ongoing investigation. Like, what kind of ongoing investigation do you need when you've seen it?
Can you send me that video so I can post it?
Yes, I will. Look,
All
I'm
of
like,
us need
yes,
to
I
post
will.
the video, because how you not giving an apology? You need to be suspended. No, you need to go viral, because those two boys. Watch when you play it again on the one where they at the table at the end. Watch the little black boy in the back right here. He's like this on the table. He's just looking, but all the other kids just oh, blood of Jesus. Him or the birthday. You couldn't read the room. You couldn't see that he didn't know the
Right.
first time you did it, or you did it again.
Okay, y'all. So that was our hot topic.
You trying to piss me off today?
Right. Look, I'm like, that's how I was feeling when I seen it. I was hot. Make sure you guys like this live, subscribe if you haven't, and share. Now we're going to get on to the main topic, starting over / relocated. So some people know, some people, oh, I guess I did say it the other week that I moved. So I wanted to talk about that, starting over and relocated. As everybody know, I am 45 years old. So like that really has nothing to do with it, but it's starting over. So I can't say with me starting over this time, it wasn't, I wanted to move. I kept on saying I wanted to move, but the landlord did not renew the lease. So he basically said he's not renewing the lease, and you got 60 days to move. He did. That's just what he wanted. He wanted to raise the rent like $300, $400 more, just out of control stuff, and then stuff he just didn't like or whatever. That I was saying, like, you asking us to pay more in rent, but you don't want to do nothing. So you're like, I'm not renewing the lease. I'm not renewing the lease. So whatever. So I can say I've been said I wanted to move. I was saying for a long time, I want to move, whatever. I think that God made it to where I had to move, because if he didn't, I probably would have still been living there if their landlord would have renewed that lease again, because it wasn't the best timing for me. I don't work in the summertime because I'm a school nurse. So, and that's when I had to move, when I wasn't working at all. So I'm like, I don't even know how I'm going to be able to do this. Then I'm like, okay. And when I move, I'm just moving with me and my son. Ain't nobody else coming or nothing. That's going to be different for me, because I'm not used to paying rent by myself no more. I'm still used to splitting everything 50-50. And the rent in California, if you don't know, is high as hell. Rent is high as hell. Ain't no $1,000 apartment rent or nothing like that. Everything, a one bedroom apartment in a decent, I'm not gonna say in the ghetto, because you might can find something for $1,000 or cheaper in the ghetto. But in a decent area, you're going to pay more than $1,900 for a one bedroom. So just think how much you're gonna pay for a 2 and 3 bedroom or a 2 or 3 bedroom home. I was in a 4 bedroom home. Now I'm in a 2 bedroom home for me and my son, and I'm damn near paying the same amount that I was paying for my 4 bedroom. So, like I said, I think that if God wouldn't have made it to where I would have had to leave, even though I didn't like the position I was in, I still would have stayed, because it wasn't the best timing for me. But I had to figure out, I had to make it work. So that's my little testimony on relocating. So I said it could be hard, because like I said, you be used to 2 incomes and everything like that. So that's number one. That's the hardest thing right there. Knowing that you're going to have to do that by yourself. Even if you didn't live in California, I think that not having 2 incomes is a big difference, no matter where you live. But I will say California is one of the highest states for rent and mortgage. So I'm just going off of what I know. So that's the first thing. When you used to 2 incomes, have you ever had to go through that, Asia? just moving and being, and was it hard for you?
Um, I was fortunate. It wasn't, but only because see yours was different.
Mm-hmm.
You have lived on your own your entire life, so you were
Yes.
accustomed to paying rent. You had baby Amir, COVID hit. Then you did want to move, so you got accustomed to paying that, but it also came at a good time because you needed it. Then I think if you had, because you're used to paying it, if you just had more notice in 60 days, you would
Right.
have been fine. Yours was like this, and then school started right after. So you were juggling some things. So I think your experience would have been different if you had a little more notice. And I say that to give credit where credit is due. Because no, I had time to plan my issue or my change. So everybody knows that even when I got married, my sister still lived in our home. He didn't want to make any changes, and she didn't want to make any changes. So I honored them and us becoming a family all together, and that was fine. But very quickly, I decided I'm keeping to my guns. When Sky turns 18, I'm done because I've done what I needed to with the kids. Then COVID hit. So you guys watch me go a couple more years. I use those couple more years to stack up more money. So that way, when I was getting used to the change, I had the money to back me up.
Mm-hmm.
You are the same way. So if you had noticed, it would have helped you. During COVID, you shared it on your channel. You also had, figuring out things with a mirror. So you took some time off. You lived off of your money. You're not no scammer like some people. So you really did a lot. And I want to give you credit for that. I don't want people to think you can't make it out here because you, as a single mom, you did a lot of shit in these years and you need to give yourself credit. And you also moved out with a 60-day notice. You didn't borrow nothing from us. You didn't let us come help you. You didn't.
And I wish I would have.
Oh, yeah. Then you was like, I should have called you to help. But the point being is, I don't want to scare anybody off. You did an amazing job. And those of us that know you, or even looking back at your other videos, you'll be like, but didn't she say she was doing all of this with her son and she wasn't working at the moment? Y'all, that was her real money that she's still paying bills with, still taking a mirror on trips, still doing all of this stuff. So that's a huge blessing in California. I think that if you have more time, you will be okay. So that leads me to my next sentence. The economy is crazy right now. 300,000 Black women are not working. They have been laid off. Be very careful when this holiday season comes
Yes.
and save your money. You have to start cutting corners. That way you're not like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because everybody's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Our bills have tripled, interest rates, things we can't control. Be a little frugal. That way, if something like that happens, owners are putting people out because if they put you out, they could raise it much higher for the next
Yep.
person.
Yep.
They finding loopholes to do us dirty. So just be careful. But Rose's experience would have been different had she took help.
Yep. God made a way though. Thank you. Give him praise for that. Yes, I do praise God for that. Every day I thank God that I was able to do it. God don't make no mistakes. No, he doesn't. That's why I said I know if God didn't do it, I probably would have still been there. Yes, just recently moving from one ranch to the new ranch. Yep, it's hard, but God. Yep. So I have to give God praise. Every day I say that. So the next thing I said, you have to assess your life. Assess your life and what you want to change or improve. So say if you did have time and you like, I don't like this life that I have. So you need to assess your life and see what do you want to improve. And if you really want to improve it, you need to go forward. You need to research and select a new location based on facts like affordability, climate, and activity. So with me, I knew that I still wanted to stay in my same area. I did looking down the hill, like by where my mom lived, but it was just too ridiculously high. So I said, I'll just stay where I'm at in the high desert. And but I like staying close to the freeway. I wanted to stay close to the freeway. I really didn't want to move to an apartment, but if I had to, I would have. I didn't want to move to an apartment because I just don't like people being that close to me. I didn't want to be on no top one, and I know Amir gonna be running back and forth being wild, and I didn't want to be at the bottom and people stomping. So I said I'd rather have another house or a duplex. I wanted it to be a gated community. So you got to look into all the stuff that you want and research it and see if you still gonna like it. Everything that I wanted, I got. I live in a gated community. I live in a duplex. It's right still by the freeway. It's basically 5 minutes away from where I was living, just the opposite way. So it was like everything I said that I wanted, I got. The only thing that I will say that it wasn't, I was like, I wanted to be a certain amount, but I guess I was in the dream world. But other I wanted Section 8 prices. That's what I
can't wait
wanted.
to come and bless it with you.
Right. Okay. Alondra said, I have relocated from my job twice, just me and my daughter, 300 miles from everybody. And it was scary, but it was perfect. Wait, see, I don't got my glasses on. It was peaceful at the time, away from family and my ex-husband. Peace of mind is priceless. Peace of mind is priceless. Yes, it is priceless, Alondra. It really is, because I really have peace of mind now. Like, I
Kudos to
can't
you,
even.
Alondra.
Yeah. Yes, Ro, give yourself credit. You did good. Thank you. Thank you, Giovanna. I still live by you. It's just the other way. Look, I like Giovanna's neighborhood. I looked at living over there by you, Giovanna, but I was like, I still want Amir to go to Topaz. So that's the only reason why I didn't go that way, because I seen places over there that I could afford. But I was like,
I like her neighborhood too. It's really
I love her neighborhood. So you have to plan to move if possible, which I talked about. Budget is sort your belongings. So once I knew I had to move, I was like, oh my gosh. Right away, I started looking at, okay, what the hell am I about to throw away? Because I'm about to go from a 4-bedroom to something else. I knew I wasn't being in no 4-bedroom no more. No 4-bedroom, 2 living rooms, all that stuff, multiple storages and all that. I knew I wasn't going to have that no more. So I'm like, what can I throw away? I gave away so much stuff. And I swear to God, I still don't got nowhere to put most of that stuff. So I was like, good, I still have a garage that's connected, because that stuff is in the garage. Because I'm like, I don't know what to do with all this stuff. And I gave away so much stuff. So start sorting your stuff out. I gave away so much stuff to homeless shelters and everything. Like, it was crazy. Amir's clothes and shoes. They were just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I tried to give stuff away. I would give some away at the homeless shelters, and then a lot I was putting on the marketplace. But I was telling the people, I'm not saving nothing. It's first come, first serve. I will meet y'all at Walmart. I don't want no money for it. Just come get it. Come get to it. I gave away like 10 bags of toys for Amir. Amir still he still have a lot of toys. Like, I had so much stuff, and it was just like, dang. When you move, you got to establish new routines, social connections, and reinvent yourself, which I haven't did that yet. I met one of my neighbors, and then today when I went to go pay my rent, they said the neighbor had just came out of there because my camera keep on making a sound when they come outside. So I was just like, okay, let me turn it off then. Not the camera, but if somebody walks up to my door, it makes that sound like, you know how they make those sounds and all that. So every time they will come out their house, my camera does that. So I was like, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I can turn it off. So I just turned it off because I was like, I still can get notifications.
Why didn't you just knock on your door and tell you?
Because they said they don't know if I'm never there or not. They don't know if I'm there because I park in my garage.
Oh, okay.
So I met them one time with just the husband, and he seemed nice. And he told the people, like, she seems really nice, but I don't know when she's there or not.
Okay.
So I met them, but I didn't meet the neighbor next door to me. I seen the neighbor across the street because they Black, and the men always be waving hi to me. So I'll say hi. But I ain't walked around just to say hi to nobody. But I probably will. Because they was telling us, like, Halloween is coming up. Do I want to pass out candy? I said no. The candy is $25 a bag. So my light will be off. But she was like, well, you can still bring your son around, whatever. Like, no. So the next thing it says, You have to look at your situation and what you want to do, what you want your day-to-day life to look like going forward. And me, I really didn't have too many expectations. I just know I wanted to be peaceful. I wanted to, whenever I came, I wanted to be able to feel like I want to go home. It's nothing worse than going home to a place that you really don't want to be. So that's all that I cared about, is being at home and wanting to be there, like that being my peaceful place. Like that's all that I wanted. It was nothing else but that. Like long as me and Amir is peaceful, that's all that I cared about.
But you were
Um,
blessed with proximity as well. So your day
yeah,
is still, you were really blessed. It still looks the same. So that was good.
yeah. And then let me see. Choose your destination, which I told y'all what I did with that. Jobs, the environment. Like I said, I wanted Amir to go to the same school and everything. I didn't have to change my job. It actually was closer to my job. But if somebody was moving out of the state and everything, I think you need to look into that, especially with kids, the schools and everything. I think you need to look into what the scores that they have on the school, the passing rates, everything, what kind of neighborhood, they crime rate, everything. You have to look at that as for before you move,
And go,
because you go somewhere. It was somebody that said that they bought a house online and they never went there before.
my godmom just did that crazy shit. Can you believe that? When I
And
moved
it,
to Arizona, I went out there first. I looked at the apartment. Then I had my uncle go over there. And then I had somebody drive around at night because that's a male, it's different. But I had them check a different time of day. And you have to do that because you have to see what it's like. Go on the weekend, go at the night, and go.
yes,
Yeah, that's crazy. But my godmom just did that, girl.
girl.
Bought a
So
house in Atlanta and just bought it.
do
Oh,
she like it though? She likes the area.
it ended up being good. It ended up being nice, but you bought it and you didn't see it. Like,
Girl.
why did you do that, ma'am?
See, okay, wait a minute. Yes, just recently moved. Oh yeah, I read that. Okay. Alondra said, dang. See, I need to put my glasses
You
on.
want me to help you?
Yeah, because I'm like my crazy old
Okay.
self. I don't like people, so meet folks. No, I'm a people person, so I will meet them. I just haven't. Thank you, Juanita. Cheers to new beginnings. Alondra, it didn't say anything. So then you got to create a budget for moving. I had to do all that. So just think, I had to pack all my stuff. Then I did have a budget for moving, but I was being cheap, and I was like, oh, just let somebody help me move. The worst mistake I would do, because all the time I always usually get movers. I let some people help me and they effed up my stuff. Like they literally did. So they just had to put the stuff in storage because, like I told y'all, this place wasn't ready for a whole month. And that's when I told y'all last week I had to stay with my cousin for a month. So all they had to do was pack the stuff up and put it in storage. They didn't really do a good job. But when I moved my stuff out of the storage, best believe I paid for some movers, and they did an excellent job. So I would always say pay for movers. It might be more, it might cost a little bit, but it's worth it. Now, a lot of people was saying go to Home Depot and get Jesus and them, but I just didn't think that they was gonna be down there because of ICE. And everybody was like, they still down there, but I do not be seeing no Hispanics
I
at
don't.
Home Depot and Lowe's no more. You do?
I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I don't see them no more. So back in the days, you could do that and get some Hispanics, and you knew they was gonna get the job done. And I don't care if nobody say I'm racist. I'd rather have
No, that's
the
giving them
Hispanic.
credit. They're hard workers and they care about
They
your stuff. They
are.
ain't tear up your stuff.
I don't care what nobody say.
I
I'd
hate
rather
them
have
too.
some Hispanics move my stuff than black people, and I'm black, so I'd
Right.
rather them do it.
But
I'd rather them do it.
remember here in Pomona when they set up the ICE thing, it was at the Sheraton and they was targeting all the Home Depots and the businesses in South Pomona. So nowhere around here.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't think that they was there. And
I know.
everybody was like, yeah, you should. I was like, I'm happy for me paying. I don't care. It was a little bit, but okay. So then when you get to where you moving, you got to unpack. That's the part I told y'all. I'm still unpacking because it's so much stuff I don't know where to put it. So I still have a few boxes in my living room, but the rest of the stuff I just put in my garage. But you gotta try to sort out stuff and get everything put together. It's been a month now and I still have boxes. So I guess I can't help y'all with that. Um, it says challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone to try new things. I guess next week I'll try to walk around and say hi to the neighbors, but I probably won't say hi to them until Halloween, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're the one that lives down there."
That'll be a good time.
Yes, and it says accept and adapt. So moving is a really big challenge, especially like I said, if you wasn't expecting to move. So you just have to go with the flow of everything, and that's what I've been doing. I just been going with the flow. I'm going with the flow of things. Are scared to get deported. I think so too. Giovanna said just did some yard work there. Are still labored. Oh, just did some yard work there. Are still laborers at Home Depot up this way. Oh, so I guess I could have went, Giovanna, but I just did not think. I thought I was gonna be wasting my time. Um, Stay positive. I've been positive. I'm actually happy. I'm staying positive about everything because this is something that I know I wanted to do. So I am happy, and I feel like it don't matter what age you are, because some people feel like at certain ages you can't do that or you have to depend on somebody else to live your life, to do that 50-50, but be miserable as hell. Like, you don't have to do that. Just trust in God that you can do it. Like, trusting God. Even with me, I know that I have to pick up extra hours. Like last weekend I worked Saturday school, whatever. Just do what you got to do. It's like everybody say, you can't put a price on happiness. You can't. And I'm happy in my 2 bedrooms every day. I'm happy. So, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Mm, Be realistic with
Oh, yes.
um, be realistic. I know that downsizing right now is a big thing, and that it can feel different going from a big house to a condo, but don't take it as a bad thing. There are people that become empty nesters and they sell their house and move to something different because now they don't want to be what's called house poor and they want to enjoy
Mhm.
their life. Sometimes things change. Maybe your kids all moved out. You don't need all of those bedrooms anymore. You can do something different and pocket your money and travel and enjoy. So be realistic. If you're moving out of state, be careful with that because if you're moving a job, just think your rate is paid according to what state you're in. So don't think with your California money if you're going to move to Alabama because when you move to Alabama, your rate can go to what Alabama is. If it does not, then that's amazing. But consider that you will top out. So you may not get a raise that you was expecting getting. Um, some states, if you're moving from a state that does not have state taxes and moving to one that does, consider that. Um, what else? Primarily check your safety. You can check that online. They have scores. You can see what people are posting typically happens in those spaces. Um, that's probably it. But most of all, be realistic and set a realistic goal. Don't try to stuff it into a short window. Give yourself at least a year. That way, you know you have enough time to save money.
Yep, that is so true. Like, don't try to live beyond your means. That's really, yeah, that's a good one. Don't live beyond your means. So, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And you know, I always have a closing quote. Sometimes your biggest blessing is the redirection. Sometimes that is the blessing in itself. Oftentimes we look at it like, oh, it sucks or whatever, but then you realize later that that redirection was something that you never imagined. So that's my closing quote for today. And thank you guys for tuning in. Madam, where could we find you?
You can find me on Melanin Madam on YouTube, TikTok, and Amazon. Go there to buy my journals and planners with little melanin coloring pages just for us. Heal.
Yes.
Don't be a Nicki Minaj. Heal.
Juanita said it's also Domestic Violence Awareness
Oh,
Month.
it sure is.
So I'll make sure to tap in on that next week too. Thank you, Coach Nita. She always tell me the months of everything.
I forgot.
Thank you guys again for tuning in, and I will see you guys next Thursday. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Thursday. Good night.